Yes. Dr. Mindy in the house. All right.
I appreciate that.
The carnivore diet.
Because of what we eat.
Honestly, you've really touched my heart.
People who have been, doing chiropractic work or body work in general for so many years. And everybody is saying the same thing. Like what used to work 25 years ago with body work no longer works anymore. You have to bring in some ancillary strategies. So why do you think that is? Is that purely toxins? It feels like there has to be a bigger reason for that.
Oh, it's for sure multifactorial. And some of the more prevalent concerns that I would have would be the amount of toxic load that our patients are carrying. And that would be both the man-made chemicals as well as the biotoxins that a lot of people are exposed to. And then when you start talking about things like mold and Lyme and Epstein-Barr and some of these bugs, you have to bring in the conversation about how EMF is creating a much more virulent variety of these microbes, which may be compounding things. So you have a higher saturation of toxins, you have this more virulent infection. And so what does that mean? That means that there's going to be more inflammation in the body. And that inflammation is then going to cut down our cellular energy, which is then going to kind of compound the problem even further.
Yeah. And I think EMFs is a really good, an interesting insight. And I want to dive into that because you have some cool strategies you've used to detox, taking that into consideration. What I want to make sure that doesn't get lost, this is like my major message in life, is the body heals itself. And you and I have both grown up in the educational system through chiropractic and all our postgraduate work that believes 1,000% in that. So, right. So when we look at what's happening to people today, whether it's parasites or Epstein-Barr or heavy metals, like why is the body not healing? Is it as simple as there's just too much insult to going on? There's too much physical stress, too much chemical stress, too much emotional stress. And then you put us in an EMF filled world and our bucket gets tipped.
Yeah, well, you have to start talking about hormesis when you start having this conversation, and the hormetic window and the hormetic ceiling. And so this zone that everybody's able to function at before they hit this inability to adapt is really what we're talking about. And so when we have several stressors converging in that are stacking onto that system where it's bringing it closer and closer to the limit of adaptation. Once we hit that limit, then the body shuts down. And I really dove into this very deeply in the melatonin book.